continue with quantitative reasoning. Students, as I told you yesterday, that the topic we are actually discussing is quantitative reasoning. So, in this topic actually you will be given some questions. Of course, a little bit of calculation is definitely required, but you need not be a mathematics student. What I mean to say is you need not be an MPC or you need not be a math student. Basically, you should not be an expert in mathematics. That is what I mean to say. So, to answer this kind of questions, what is all required is only having a little bit of just idea. And if you find the question little difficult, I suggest you take some counter example. Okay? If at all, if you find any difficulty in answering this question, you better take some counter example and accordingly we can go ahead. Students, yesterday we discussed some of the questions and I hope that you might get the point right. I don't find any difficulty in these questions. Student, yes, please tell me, man. I hope that yesterday I think all the topics are okay for you. I think the questions are okay. Yeah, very good morning, students. Yeah, very good morning to all of you. Yes. Students, but by the way, if at all, if you find any difficulty in some of the questions like for example, question number 1, 2, 3, something like, you only thing you have to understand is you better take some counter example. Yesterday I told you how to actually take the counter example for this kind of questions. For question number 1, you find it easy. For question number 2, you see this particular question you find it difficult. Many of you at the very first stretch you put your answer 18, but later you come to know that your answer is not 18. So this is what we call is quantitative reasoning. In this particular topic, you don't require to have any mathematical formula, something like. Only thing, you just look at the question, have some idea, you'll be done. That's not a very big issue. We can easily handle this question. Question number 2, yes, we completed. Question number 3, yes, student, yes, we also completed. And question number 4, yeah, we are done. And now we are entering into question number 5. Yes, student. In question number 5, yes, actually this topic, this particular question comes under combination. But the question is, sir, we are not good at mathematics. We don't know what is actually combination. If you say that, we can handle this question with more perfection. If you really say that. If you say that, sir, we don't know any mathematics formula, we don't know any mathematics at all, okay, still we can answer this question. But for which we should be able to start with little number. That is what is just what I mean to say that. Just look at that, my dear question, students. Just look at that. Here is the question. Now please look at the question. At the end of a business conference, 8 people present all shake hands with each other once. All shake hand with each other once. So that is what the point is. Student, if that is the question, if you find it difficult to start with 8, we can start discussing with the 2 people. Let me suppose that there are only 2 people present at the meeting. Let me check it out. How many shake hands are possible if only 2 people present? For example, let me suppose that those 2 people are A and B. Tell me, students, how many shake hands are possible? A shakes hands with B. So with A it is 1. And for B, B also shakes hands with A. But it is already counted, no? AB and BA doesn't make any difference. And hence we conclude that the total number of shake hands if only 2 people present is 1. The total number of shake hands if only 2 people present is 1. A shakes hands with B. So for A it is 1. For B, no, because BA is already counted. I hope you understand that. So students, so if you really find it difficult to answer any one particular, yes, students, yes, I could see some message from your side, yeah. What is it, man? Yeah. Oh, very good, very good. Yeah, you find this topic in reasoning books only, student. You find this topic, actually, my dear students, first of all, I want to tell you that the topics we are discussing comes under reasoning. Any question can be set under the topic of reasoning. You understand my point? Any question. There is no limitation as such. Any question can be set. Any question which requires the attention of the student can be reasoning. Any question which doesn't require any formula, it doesn't require any topic or concept, we can call it as reasoning. And hence, reasoning is not only the topics which you find in your textbooks. There is no specific textbook available in the world which covers all the concepts of reasoning, because reasoning is a dynamic topic which is absolutely unlimited. You find millions of questions, hundreds of varieties, there is no limitation. So, what is all important for reasoning is you better have some clarity. Yes, student, this is quantitative reasoning. So, what you are asking me, student? What is the point what you are asking me? Yeah. The topic is said to be quantitative reasoning. In this topic, we require only some calculation, that's manual calculation. Students, now let me suppose that. Let me suppose that there are 3 people present in the party. So, let us assume that how many shake hands are possible. Come on, student. A shakes hands with B. A shakes hands with C. So, for A, there are 2 shake hands. I hope you understand this. Okay. B shakes, BA is already counted. So, B shakes hands with C. So, for B it is 1. For C, CA is already counted. CB is already counted. For C, we can say 0. And hence, the total number of shake hands if only 3 people present is 3. What, man? Yeah. For example, if 4 people present in the meeting, then how many shake hands are possible? Come on, student, let me suppose that the 4 people, 4 persons are ABCD. Come on, student, now please look at that. A shakes hands with B, AB, AC, AD. For A, we have 3 shake hands. For A, AB, AC, AD. I think you understand. Now for B, BA is already counted now. So, BC, BD, 2. And for C, CD, because CB, CA are already counted. So, obviously for D, no. And hence, when 4 people present in the meeting, we can expect to have 6 shake hands. If 2 people, 1 plus 0. If 3 people, 2 plus 1 plus 0. If 4 people, 3 plus 2 plus 1 plus 0. If we continue the sequence, we come to a clear conclusion. How many shake hands are possible if 8 people present in the meeting? Student, this is for those who doesn't like mathematics, who have no interest in mathematics, for your information. Student, so this kind of questions we can handle even without actually touching calculations, my dear students. No, student, this is totally different component. This is totally different topic. Yeah. Student, first of all, I want to tell you that actually, as far as our test of reasoning is concerned, we have done with all the topics. All the topics are already completed. But there are some newcomers, some new questions, new concepts. That is the reason why we are discussing again and again to get the perfection. Okay. Now, students, so obviously when we have 8 people, and hence we can conclude that how many shake hands are possible. Come on, student, 8 plus 7 plus, right? I think you understand this. 6 plus, how many we have to get, man? How many we have to get? Shall we start with 8 or we have to start from 7? Tell me. Come on, student, shall we whether we have to start from 8 or we have to start from 7? Come on, do respond. Whether we have to start from 8 or we have to start from 7. Yeah, okay, very good. Tell me, student, we have to start from 7 or we have to start from 8? Tell me. Yeah, student, yes, this is for second time almost. Yes, this is for second time. Yeah, that's very good. So we have to start from 7. That's very good. Therefore, because we have 8 people, we have to start the topic from 7. 7 plus 6 plus 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1, and hence your answer must be 28. See, 13, 18, 22, 25, 27, 28. But Simply we can say that your answer is 8C2 and hence 8 into 7 by 1 into 2. Hence your answer is 28. If you are good at mathematics, you can simply get this answer in combinations. Okay? I hope you understand my point. Yes, student, that's very good. That's a very good point. That's a very good point. That's very, very important. Well done, students. So I hope that you were able to understand this question. So as far as quantitative reasoning is concerned, you need not have any basic information. We can straight away start the question, but of course we have to take simple question, simple number. Obviously, after getting into clarity with the simple number, we can straight away get the answer. Okay. Now we discuss question number 6. Come on, student, please look at that. Please look at that. Question number 6. Come on, student, please do answer the question. Yeah, please answer this question, man. Question number 20. Question number 6. Come on, come on. I could see that some of you already attended this topic. No problem. We can discuss this question again and again, man. We have plenty of time. As far as reasoning is concerned, we already completed. This is nothing but a good deal of revision, which really gives you a more insight into the topic. You understand that? Come on, yes. Please respond, man. Please respond. Student, I think you have to check from your technical people. So I'm sorry, student. I cannot answer your question. Yeah. Please respond to this question. Please respond. What is your answer? Yeah. So can we get this answer or we get only one chance? Let me check it out whether we get answer or we get only one chance. Let me tell you. For example, student, actually to answer this kind of question, the simple technique is, this very simple technique. Yes, student, please listen to me. Yeah. An apple costs 7 rupees, an apple costs 7 rupees and an orange costs 5 rupees. This is an apple, man, and this is an orange, and this cost you 7 rupees and this cost you 5 rupees. And remember, you are about to spend 38 rupees on these items with the combination of apples and orange. Come on, student, if this is the case, mean we can purchase 4 apples, that comes around 28, and of course we can settle with 2 apples, 5 into 2, 10, 38 plus 28 plus 10, that is 38. So if this is the case, the number of apples we can purchase is 4. Student, my question to you, is this one of the option or only option? Tell me, man. Is this one of the option or only option to get the answer? Tell me, student. Tell me, student, is this one of the option or only option? Can we have another option, please? Can we have another option? Tell me, man. Can we go for any other option apart from 4 apples? Can we purchase more apples or less apples? Tell me. What is your point? I just want to know from you. Is that only option? That's very well done, student. This is only option available. The reason for only option available is, if you purchase 1 less apple, you will be saving 7 rupees. But with that 7 rupees, you may not be able to buy orange, because orange cost is around 5 rupees. You understand that? Therefore, my dear students, to answer this question, obviously, your answer is only 4 apples, man. There is no other option available. Very well done, students. I could see that you are responding very well. So let me give you one more example. So student, in place of 38, if I put 48 rupees, please respond to this question again, man. Please respond to this question again. If I get 48 rupees, then for this question, what is going to be your answer? Come on, student. In place of 38, if I give you 48 rupees, please come on, respond, man. How many apples can we purchase? Still you settle with 4 only or any other number? Remember, apples are bought at the rate of 7 rupees, multiple of 7. Oranges, multiple of 5, because each orange cost you 5 rupees. Do understand that? Come on, man. Come on, come on. Yeah. Yeah, very good, very good. No. 6 apples are not possible, student. Yeah, wonderful. Absolutely. Even if you take 48 rupees, man, even if you take 48 rupees, the only chance is 4 into 7. Each apple is 7 rupees, 28. And of course, another 20 we have. So 5 into, okay, 20 only, no? So 4 into 5 rupees, because each orange is 5 rupees, that is 20. And hence 48 rupees you can obtain only in this way. There is no other chance. 4 into 7, 4 into 5. We don't find any other chance this particular question, man. I hope you understand, my dear students. That's very good. So to answer this question, we don't require too many calculations. What we require is simple common sense, nothing more than that. Okay, student, I just understand the point. Now, in place of, come on, student, in place of 38, please understand, in place of 38, if I give you 35, tell me what is going to be your answer. Come on. What is going to be your answer? If in place of 38, if I give you 35 rupees, then what is going to be your answer? Student, yes man, yes, I am waiting for your answer. If you are supposed to purchase apples or orange, whatever the number it is, and apple cost you 7 rupees and orange cost you 5 rupees, you can purchase either apples or orange, something else, but you have only 35 rupees, you have to spend all the 35 rupees. You please respond in how many ways we can. Come on. Yes, man? Very good. Yeah. How many apples are possible? So when you are asked to find how many apples are possible, probably the only option available is 5 into 7, 35. In such a case, obviously you are not going to get any oranges, because already 35 rupees is all spent. Hence, your answer is 5. Well done, students. Very well done, man. Now, please look at the question given to you. Question number 7. Please look at the question. Look at the question seriously. Try to answer by using your common sense. Please go ahead. Come on, go ahead. Now, this is question number 7. Very good. It is very impressive to see that yes, you the people are responding very well, man. Yeah. Come on, student, please look at question number 7. Try to apply your common sense. Let me see how you are responding to this question. Quick. Come on. Somebody says 20, somebody says 11. Come on, make it fast, man. Somebody says 11 times. Are you sure? How many times 3 appears? While writing down all the numbers from 1 to 100, how many times do you write 3? Come on, student, please respond. Don't miss any of the chances, man. Don't miss any single chance. Make sure that how many times 3 appears. Yes. Wonderful. Yeah, I could see some of you are responding. Somebody says 11. Many of you say 11 only. I think you need to check once again, student. 11 is not right answer. I'm getting more number of answers 11. Many of the people saying 11, but no, 11 is not correct answer. Oh my God, many chances, many answers. Right. Student, this is the kind of confusion we usually land into. This is the kind of confusion we usually land. That is the most genuine reason why people usually get confused while writing down. So please student, please listen to my question. What is the question you are asked to find? If you write down all the numbers from 1 to 100, then how many times do you write 3? Student, this particular question is not that easy, because probably you are counting, you must be trying to count, okay, 3, 13, something like you are trying to count, but no, should not count like that, because this question requires a little bit of workout. If you don't straight away, if you straight away get the answer, trying to get the answer, there is every chance of landing into confusion. Let me tell you that. Student, between 1 to 10, you get only one time, that is 3. Isn't it? Only one way you can take 3. And between 11 to 20, you get one time. That number is 13. I think you understand. Between 21 to 30, you get 2 times, because we have 23 as well as we have 30. I hope you understand this. Because you have to check from every 10 numbers how many times you write 3. Between 1 to 10, you write only one time, that is 3. Between 11 to 20, 13, that is only one time. You understand that? Okay. From 31 to 40, yes, this is a very interesting one. From 31 to 40, my dear students, how many times do you write 3, man? Can you tell me how many times do you write 3? Come on, student, please tell me. How many times? Yes? 31, yeah, 32, yes, 33, I hope you understand, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38 and 39. So, a total of 10 times. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, a total of 10 times. So, from 41 to 50, again you take only one time, that is 43. So, you get only one time. Tell me student, between every 10 numbers, one time, from 21 to 30, 2 times, from 31 to 40, 10 times. And what we left? We left from 45 to 50. Come on student, one time. From 51 to 60, come on student, one time, you know that 53. From 61 to 70, again one time, that is 63. From 71 to 80, come on, one time. 81 to 90, 83, one time. 91 to 100, one time. I hope you understand. Student, I think I am absolutely clear to you. Now please respond. Yes, I think now you are getting to the correct point. You can ask me, sir, do we have to take this much of time? Not every time. But to start with, yes, this is compulsory. But once you understand the point, you can easily make it fine. See, 1, 2, 4, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and then 20. Hence, your answer must be 20. What, man? Am I clear to you? Yes. 21 or 20, man? Tell me. 21 or 20? You please respond. No. From 31 to 40, you say 9 times. No, student, please come. Just look at that. From 31 to 40, how many times we write? Tell me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But 33, we have 2 times we take 3. In 33, we took 2 times, not 1 time, student, therefore 10 times. Am I clear to you, man? I think yes. Therefore, your answer must be exactly. That's very well done. That's very well done. That's very well done. Yeah, student, this is the kind of confusion we usually have in reasoning. You see that the question seemed to be so easy, but you see the different people responded in a different way. That is why reasoning is considered to be the most popular topic, particularly in competitive examinations. Student, am I clear to you, man? Am I clear to you so far? Please respond. If I am clear to you, please say yes. Otherwise, I just want to repeat again. I hope yes. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. I try my level best to clarify your doubts, man, because it's not possible to read all the messages. So really messages are pouring like anything. It's not possible for me to read all the messages. Please try to understand that. But I try my level best to clarify the doubts whatsoever. Students, now we move on to next question. So remember, student, the coming questions you require a little bit of patience. You should be very careful. Okay, now here we go. Come on, student, please look at that. The total number of digits used in numbering the pages of a book having 366 pages is. Please look at that. The total number of pages. Yeah, very good, very good, very good. Yes, students, very good, very good. The total number of pages, the total number of digits used in numbering the pages of a book having 366 pages. Student, actually, if you have the habit of putting the numbers, for example, student, if I suppose that in place of 366, if I take 36, what is going to be your answer, man? What is going to be your answer? In place of 366, if I take only 36, what is going to be your answer? Please respond to me quickly. In place of 366, if I give you only 36 pages, then what is going to be your answer? The total number of digits used in numbering the pages of a book having 36 pages. Tell me, if I have 36 pages, then how many digits you really require? No, 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 please, come again, 72 is not correct answer. 72 is not correct answer, student. Please respond, please respond. Please respond. If I give you this particular question, what is going to be your answer? Please answer my question, man. No, no, no. Don't take 366 straight away. Please take 36 and do respond. Student, if you have only 36 pages in your book, obviously for 1 to 9, you take 9 digits. Am I clear to you, man? From 1 to 9, you take 9 digits. From 10 to 36, Student, from 10 to 36, do you understand how many numbers do we have, you know? We have 27 numbers. For each number we require 2 digits, which means 54. Therefore, we use 54 digits from 10 to 36. I hope you understand. 9 plus 54, therefore your answer must be 63. I hope you understand this. What, man? Am I clear to you? So your answer should be 63 if there are only 36 pages in your book. No, 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 student, please be careful, man. Be careful, not in hurry. Because the coming examinations, the competitive examinations are not going to be easy in coming days. You should be focusing completely. If you do not focus, there is every chance of landing into confusion. Please do understand that. Yes, student, please tell me, man, am I clear to you? So shall I explain once again? Okay. Yes, students, okay. People are asking me to explain this question once again, no problem. If I, in place of 366, if I take 36, I am asking you how many digits we have to use. So, students, for a book, we start with 1, 2, 3. These are all single digits. 1, 2, 3. Up to 9, we have only single digits. From 10 we start using 2 digits. I hope you understand that. Therefore, so from 1 to 9, we use 9 digits. We use 9 digits. The reason is we have 9 single digits, 9 into 1, that is equal to 9. From 10 to 36, my dear students, how many digits, how many numbers do we have from 10 to 36? 27. 27 into 2, 54. Therefore, 54 digits. And hence 9 plus 54, we use 63 digits in numbering a book having 36 pages. I hope you understand this. Student, I think I am clear to you. But you must be having some confusion. Okay, no problem. I will explain you once again. No problem. Maybe there is a little bit of confusion for sure. The confusion lies in, sir, how we get 27 two-digit numbers? Shall we count? Shall we count? Starting from 10. Starting from 10. 10, come on, count 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 20, 21. It is a laborious work, it is a laborious work, starting from 10, because 10 is also two-digit number. Student, to count the number of two-digit numbers, the simple technique is 36 minus 10, 26 plus 1, 27. Because in subtraction, you miss one number, you usually miss one number. What, student, what is the point? What is the point? Yeah, I understand. I will explain you. Okay, student. So, but before that, let me please answer my questions like this. How many two-digit numbers? How many two-digit numbers are there? How many two-digit numbers are there from 11 to 19? Tell me, student, from 11 to 19. How many two-digit numbers are there from 11 to 19? Tell me, from 11 to 19. You can go by manual calculation. How many two-digit numbers are there? In 11 to 19. Tell me, you can go by manual calculation. Come on, student, let us go by manual calculation. 11, come on. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Actually, your answer should be 9. But what actually happens, if you subtract 19 minus 11, you get only 8. But your answer should be, okay, man? I hope you understand. Isn't it? What is the technique? 19 minus 11, 8. 8 plus 1, 9. Therefore, there are 9 two-digit numbers. So, it is the simple technique. Subtract, then add 1. You will be getting total 9. Okay? Now tell me, please respond. How many three-digit numbers are there from 104 to 144? Please respond. How many three-digit numbers are there from 104 to 144? Please respond. How many three-digit numbers are there from 100 to 104 to 144? Come on, I am waiting for your answer. Because 104 is also three-digit number, 144 is also three-digit number. Come on. Wonderful, very good. So what is the technique, man? What is the technique? 144 minus 104. We get 40, but we have to add 1, therefore 41. Very well done. Student, please respond. How many two-digit numbers are there from 100 to 199? Tell me. How many three-digit numbers are there from 100 to 199? Remember 100 is also 3-digit number, 199 is also 3-digit number. Yeah, the simple logic is 199 minus 199, but you have to add 1, therefore your answer is 100. Okay, ma'am? Do you understand that? Now, shall we start answering this question? Very good, very good, very good. Very good, man, very good. Now, I understand that you are getting the point very correct, and hence we straight away get to the question. Please answer this question. Here we go. The total number of digits used in numbering the pages of a book having 366 pages. Students, please understand that while giving the numbers, we start from 1, 2, 3 up to 9. Then again 10, 11, 12 up to 99. From 100 we use 3-digit numbers. I think you understand my point. Okay, man? Please, ready. Ready, man? I hope that you are absolutely prepared to answer this question. Now we start. Ready, students? So, we need to answer from 100 to 136. Okay, to start from, so please tell me, man, how many single digits we use? From 1 to 9, we use 9 digits. We use 9 digits. How, man? Because only 9 single digits, 9 into 1, 9. Done? Okay. From 10 to 99, these are 2-digit numbers. From 10 to 99, these are 2-digit numbers. You understand that? Tell me how many 2-digit numbers do we have? We have 90 2-digit numbers. 90 into 2, 180. Hence, to answer 2-digit numbers, we use 180 digits. Done? Then we start from 3-digit number, 100 to 366, because 366 pages. I hope you understand that. So remember how many 3-digit numbers we have? This count is 267, 267 into 3, 267 into 3, 801. I hope you understand, my dear students. 801 digits we use. I hope you understand this. Therefore, tell me, man, how many digits we use total? 8, 10 and this. Therefore, your answer must be 990 digits we use in all to give the page numbers from starting from 1 to 366. Very good, very good, very good. Therefore, yes, very well done, student. I hope that you are getting the point correct. Student, am I clear to you, man? Please respond. Please respond. Am I clear to you? Well done, very well done. Because students, you have to start from 1 only. We have to start from 1 and we have to continue up to 366. Very good, very good, very good, very good. Student, I think I can try with some another number and I think you are able to answer this question. Here we go. Come on, student. In place of 366, if I give you 1021 pages, please respond. What is going to be your answer if you are able to give the total number of digits used in numbering the pages of a book having 1021 pages? The book is having 1021 pages. Of course, you will be starting from 1 only. Okay, please go ahead. Yeah, very good, student. Very well done, very well done. Yeah. Come on, students. So we conclude this question. You see, all the questions are so comfortable, but only thing is, you need to have some Good idea, okay? I'm waiting for your answer, man. I'm waiting for your answer. Let me see how you are responding to this question. Very interesting, you know. Very interesting. Okay, one answer already I got. I have to check whether your answer is right or wrong. Digits, not pages. You have to use the word digits. How many digits you are using? Okay, it seems that many of you settle at one particular number. Let me check it out whether you are right or wrong. Whether you are right or wrong, let me check it out. Oh my God, yes, it seems that you are doing extremely well, man. Okay, very good, very good, very good. Okay, very good, very good. Let me check it out. Come on, student. So from 1 to 9, all single digit numbers, we use 9 digits. The reason 9 digits, 1 digits, 9 into 1, 9. From 10 to 99, how many digits, how many 2 digit numbers? 90. 90 into 2, that is 180. So use 180 digits. Come on, student. From 100 to 999, all these are 3 digit numbers. So from 100 we have started with 3 digit number and up to 919, and all these are 3 digit numbers. And for your kind information, students, how many 3 digit numbers we get? 900 3 digit numbers we get. And for 9 digit numbers we have to use 3, therefore 2700. 2700. Student, you understand how many 3 digit numbers? We have 900 3 digit numbers. The logic is 999 minus 100, 899 plus 1. You know that how actually we have to put that plus 1. You understand that? Okay, right. Now we are starting from 4 digit number. The next 4 digit number is 1000. From 1000 to 1021. Tell me, students, how many 4 digit numbers we get? Starting from 1000. From 1000 to 1021. 1000, 1001. You understand that? 1002. You need to calculate like that? No? Subtract 1021 minus 1021 plus 1, 22. So we have 22 4 digit numbers for which we have to use 88 digits. Therefore, 88. Tell me, students, how many digits we are using in total? 2700, 180, 88 and then 9. 7, 7, 9. Therefore, your answer is 2977. Oh my God, students are really appreciate you, man. I'm so impressed to see that, yes, you are responding so well. Yeah, very good, very good, very good, very good. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Students, so for the coming 2 to 3 days, we will be discussing very interesting models. Interesting than these actually. See, once we step into reasoning, there is no limit. Any questions we can discuss in test of reasoning. I hope you understand. I hope that you are able to understand the topic, you are able to get the topic. Student, my intention is not to teach number of questions. I don't believe in teaching you more number of questions. I believe you giving you more clarity. Because this particular reasoning you have to remember for a very long time. You are not going to take the test immediately. There is a lot of time to take the test. Till the time you take the test, I expect you to retain this, all the logic, you easily able to answer these questions. So, in the coming 2 to 3 days, we will be discussing even more interesting questions. I hope you should be well prepared for that. Okay. Okay, students. So the time is up. Take care. We'll be meeting again.